So in this video, I'm gonna share with you a step-by-step guide kung paano ka magsimula in dividend investing. So if you're a newbie when it comes to dividend investing, then this video is definitely for you. Yeah, let's go! Hi guys, Tupelo here, and what you're gonna discover in this video is number 1, what is dividend investing? Number 2, why you should consider being a dividend investor. Tapos next is how do you get started in dividend investing? Next naman is how do you choose yung dividend stocks to buy? And lastly, how do you make money as a dividend investor? So first, what is dividend investing? So from the term itself, very simple lang siya, di ba? So mag-i-invest ka in the stock market, tapos yung goal mo is to invest in stocks na nagbibigay ng regular dividends. Kasi in the stock market, you can invest in many different kinds of stocks, pero not all of these stocks nagbibigay ng dividends. So what you're gonna do is specifically choose stocks na nagbibigay ng regular dividends. Tapos, once you buy these stocks, what you're gonna do is you just wait for the dividends. So yun lang talaga yung gagawin mo. Like, you buy, you hold, and wait for dividends to come in. Very simple and stress-free kind of investing. So next, the question is, why should you consider being a dividend investor? Why dividend investing? Kasi ganito, in the stock market kasi, there are 3 types of investors. So the first type is yung tinatawag na trader, meaning they buy a certain stock, tapos kapag mag-increase na yung value ng stock, doon nila ibibenta. So basically, para sila nagba-buy and sell. So buy low and then sell high. So yan yung first type of investor. The only problem kasi nakikita ko dito is it's very stressful. You have to monitor the stocks, tapos yun nga, lagi ka nakatutok sa charts, dapat marunong ka mag-technical analysis, tapos balik ka dito, tapos what if you're hoping na mag-increase yung price pero it went down pala, so nagiging emotional ka, so ayun, nagre-revenge trading, so parang gano'n. So para sa akin, trading is a very stressful kind of career. So if you're a trader, if nag-enjoy ka ng ganun, then good for you, pero ako personally, hindi kasi siya nag-fit sa profile ko, sa personality ko as an investor. Yung second type naman of investor in the stock market is yung tinatawag na long-term investor, meaning they buy mga blue chip stocks, meaning yung mga stocks na stable like BDO, SM, Ayala. So very stable stocks siya. Let's say another would be Jollibee. However, yung goal na is they buy and then over long term, they hope na tataas yung value ng stocks. The problem nito is that, what if hindi tumaas yung value? Like, you waited 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, tapos yung price ng stocks nag-stagnate lang. Or maybe, nag-increase siya. Pero ayun, nag-pandemic, bumaba. And that's the time na you wanna retire na. That's the time na you wanna sell na sana yung stocks mo. Pero, since bumaba yung price, para bang nag-break even ka lang. So, being a long-term investor, feeling ko, like, there's a lot of opportunity loss na you waited a long time pero you ended up na hindi nag-increase yung price ng stock. So yan yung second type of investor in the stock market. So the third type of investor in the stock market is yung tinatawag na dividend investor. Tapos as I mentioned kanina, dividend investor, they just look for specific stocks na nagbibigay ng regular dividends, tapos they just buy that, hold that, tapos kikita siya ng regular dividends. So they just hold and wait for dividends to come. So ngayon, why is dividend investor an advantage? Para sa akin. Kasi ganito, in trading, very stressful siya. Like you buy and sell. In long-term investing naman, let's say you choose mga blue chip companies, para kang nag-hope investing. You hope na mag-i-increase yung price. Tapos in dividend investing naman, it is stress-free. At the same time, may chance na mag-grow yung value ng stocks mo. At the same time, meron kang regular cash flow. So, para mas madali siyang maintindihan, ganito, yung 3 types of investor in the stock market, pwede natin siya ma-relate in investing in real estate. So, in real estate kasi, meron tinatawag ng mga flippers, di ba? Like, they buy a property, tapos they fix it, they renovate it or what, and they sell it. So parang nag-flip sila ng property. So they buy at a lower amount, okay? Mas mura yung price na binili nila, and they're gonna fix it para mag-increase yung value, and they sell it at a higher price. So same thing in sa stock market, yan yung mga tinatawag na traders. They buy low and they sell high. Next naman, in real estate, meron tinatawag na mga investors, diba? Long-term investors. Like, bibili sila ng mga lot in a developing city or province. So, probably when they buy it, mura pa yung lot. Tapos, they hope na magpa-progress yung city na yon or yung province na yon. Let's say, meron ng mga malls doon, meron ng mga banks. So, yung price ng lot, mag-appreciate din yung value. So, yan yung tinatawag na long-term investing. So, like you buy a certain stock, tapos you wait for the price to appreciate. However, there's a third type of investor in real estate, and yan yung tinatawag na mga ang tawag nito, like yung mga they're living on rental income. So nagpapa-rent sila. So they buy a property, ipapa-rent nila, and they just collect the rental on a monthly basis. So yan yung equivalent sa dividend investor. So yung dividend investors basically para kang nagre-receive ng rental income without actually owning a rental property. So you just buy a certain stock na nagbibigay sa iyo ng regular dividends para kang may rental income every single month. Okay, Tio, I'm convinced. I love dividend investing. Okay, so yeah, good job. Kasi again, dividend investing, it's stress-free. At the same time, meron kang regular cash flow. So that's what I love about dividend investing. So ngayon, yung next question will be, how do you get started? How to get started in dividend investing? So very simple lang. Just like investing in the stock market, kailangan mo lang ng online broker. So ako personally, I use a Call Financial para sa desktop. And then I use First Metrosec for mobile. So I won't make this video too long kasi meron na tayong video nan eh. I'll just put a link top right of this video. You can check out yung step-by-step guide on how you can get started with Call Financial. So Call Financial, isa sa mga top brokers here in the Philippines. And if you want mobile version naman, I'll put a link again top right of this video. You can check out yung step-by-step guide on how you open an account in First Metro Sec. So basically, once you open a brokerage account, it's just the same thing as opening a bank account. So may mga requirements yan na need. You just fill out the form. Tapos, mag-signature ka ng 3 times, parang gano'n. Ang tawag nyo, magsi-selfie ka or take a picture of your ID, send it. Send mo lang yung mga requirements, just follow it step by step. Tapos at the same time, I believe you can open as low as 1,000 pesos. Kung meron kang 1,000 pesos, yan yung parang starting fund mo that you can use to buy and sell yung mga stocks. So yeah, you just fund. It's just like opening a regular savings account. So the next question would be, ano ba yung mga dividend stocks to buy? So ano ba yung mga stocks na nagbibigay ng regular dividends? So very simple lang, you just visit this website called investagrams.com. So in fact, let's go there. So punta ka sa investagrams.com and then makikita mo sobrang dami niyan, pero what you need to do is just go to home, tapos punta ka dito, may option na dividend stocks. Click mo yan and makikita mo na lahat ng mga stocks na nagbibigay ng dividends. So dito sa gilid, you can see dito sa side, ito yung mga stocks na nagbibigay ng regular dividends. In fact, makikita mo yung dividend yield nila. So ito, Keppel, it's 376%. CAT, 50.31% in dividends. Mega-wide, 32%. Semerara, 21.24%. So makikita mo yung dividend returns nila on I believe this is annual basis. So let's say LTG 12% in dividends. However, again, not all stocks are created equal. So at least you need to know a little bit of fundamental analysis para malaman mo ano ba yung kailangan, ano ba yung magandang stocks nito. So another hack naman if hindi ka confident in choosing ano yung mga dividend stocks kasi again, sobrang dami niyon, di ba? So may hack, ano ba yung best dividend stocks to choose? So pwede kang pumili sa mga REITs or mga real estate investment trust here in the Philippines. So basically, these are companies na they form a corporation. Tapos yung corporation na yun, yung goal na is to build a portfolio of real estate properties. So meron sa mga real estate properties kung saan they use it for probably rental, parang ganun. So they make money through rental. So instead na ikaw yung bibili ng mga properties, these REITs, sila na yung bibili ng properties for you. At the same time, they are mandated by law na 90% of their distributable income, they give it back sa kanilang mga investors. So basically, this is like a hack in dividend investing. So hanap ka lang ng mga REITs here in the Philippines. Tapos, so far here in the Philippines, yung dividends na, they give dividends on a quarterly basis. So, every quarter, may marireceive ka na dividends. Again, they are mandated by law na may bigay na dividends here in the Philippines. And so far, very konti lang naman yung mga REITs here in the Philippines. So, you can basically like invest in all of this one. So, like A-REIT, this is Ayala REIT, DDMPR, this is Double Dragon REIT, meron PhilInvest REIT, merong Robinsons REIT, merong C-REIT, merong Villar REIT, Vistaland REIT, P-REIT, Villar, sa Villar pa rin, and then M-REIT. So basically like ito yung mga REITs here in the Philippines. And again, not financial advice, pero ako personally, based on mga na-research ko, yung magandang REIT so far is Ayala REIT, and I believe also Robinsons REIT. Kasi again, they're ano tawag to, like they're trusted, di ba? Like Ayala, diba? And then Robinsons, very big corporation din. So that's why ako personally, these are the REITs na I'm investing in. Meron naman akong Double Dragon actually, pero medyo tagilid yung performance niya. Pero at the same time, at least nagbibigay pa din siya ng regular dividends on my end. And ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo na not all REITs or mga dividend stocks are created equal, kasi some dividends or some stocks, hindi naman maganda yung performance lang. Kasi at the end of the day, these are businesses. And for them to give dividends sa kanilang mga investors, dapat profitable yung negosyo na yon, profitable yung business na yon. And that's why it's very important na if you choose a certain stock or REIT, dapat you know a little bit of fundamental analysis. Kung saan makikita mo ano ba yung income nila, ano ba yung mga utang levels nila. And on a regular basis naman, they update naman yung Philippine Stock Exchange na website. So, PSE. So, basically, you can just visit the website yung sa PSE and makikita mo on a regular basis, meron silang, nagre-release sila ng mga disclosure, company disclosure. Like, on a quarterly basis, pinapakita nila yung income nila, yung balance sheet nila, yung income statement nila. Dito mo makikita if yung company is healthy ba. Kasi again, the goal as a dividend investor is you choose mga companies na they're stable and healthy so that they'll continue giving regular dividends. That's why, very important as a dividend investor, we know a little bit of fundamental analysis. And lastly, how do you make money as a dividend investor? So there are two ways you can make money. So number one is capital appreciation. So again, just like real estate, you buy a property, tapos over long term, mag-increase yung value. Same thing in dividend investing. So you buy a certain stock, tapos mag-a-appreciate din yung value. Kasi stock siya eh. So it's a stock in the stock market. So mag-increase yung value niya. So there's a chance na mag-increase yung value. However, while waiting, meron kang number two, regular dividends. So you make money through regular dividends. Tapos, very important dates to remember if you invest in dividend stocks. Very important dates to remember is number one, yung ex-dividend date. So yung ex-dividend date, ito yung date na dapat meron kang nitong certain stock, meaning you bought this stock for you to be eligible. So, ex-div date, meaning, ito yung date na dapat, ano tawag ito, like, meron kang stock na to. So, let's say, for example, June 1, yung ex-div date. Dapat, before June 1, meron kang stock na to. So, you will be eligible dun sa dividend na yun. If you buy on June 1, wala na. You're excluded. Kaya tinawag siya ex-div kasi excluded ka na on June 1. So, dapat hawak mo yung stock mo before June 1. So, basically, like, as long as you keep holding yung stock na yon, makikita mo kasi yung ex-div date eh. As long as you have that stock before ex-div date, eligible ka for the dividends. And then, second important date is yung payment date. So, ito yung date kung saan papasok na yung dividends sa account mo. So, let's say, for example, may call financial account ka. So, yung dividends mo, papasok dun sa buying power mo. Meaning yung dividends, yung cash na yon, let's say, for example, kumita ka ng like 10,000 in dividends. So, yung 10,000 mo, papasok dun sa call financial account mo or sa First Metrosec account mo or basically yung broker account mo. You have now the option, pwede mo siyang i-withdraw. So, withdraw mo siya, meaning papunta sa bank account mo and you can spend it. Or, pwede mo siyang i-reinvest, meaning bibili ka additional more shares of dividend stocks para dadami yung shares mo. Again, because in dividend investing, the more shares you have, the bigger yung dividends na ma-receive mo. So, basically, that's how you make money as a dividend investor. So yeah, that is how simple and stress-free dividend investing is. Tapos that's how you make money in dividend investing. Now, you might be wondering, like, let's say, for example, gusto kong kumita ng 20,000, 30,000, 50,000 per month in dividends. Magkano ba yung capital na kailangan ko? Well, I just have the video for you. So, you can check out this next video kung paano mo i-compute yung capital na kailangan mo if you wanna live on dividends. At the same time, meron din akong free tool dyan sa video na ito on how you can use to calculate yung desired dividend income mo. So yeah, go ahead and check out this next video.